Just go.
How we get it started? It's been a minute.
You used to just jump in.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, my jeans sagging cause my pockets. Remember in the mornings I share my wallet. Saying the V, I know they plotting.
What's up with y'all, man? We back with another video. It's been a minute. I know. Trust me, we know. It's been a minute, but it's your boy KJ.
It's your boy Pants.
Jen.
Lewis.
Y'all might not know. Y'all might know what we got on the episode today, but we got something in tune for y'all today, man. How we gonna get it started, Jen?
So today we have our first guest on our Politic'N Game podcast.
Yes, sir.
My
Number
brother
one.
Lewis, 607 Lewis. He from Boston, born and raised, and he moved to Florida.
So yeah, I've been doing, like I started off dancing first. I was over here in Boston, then I went to Florida. I started dancing. That started going good, whatever, got my buzz, and then started doing YouTube. From there, started going crazy. And then, like, honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all, like, if you want to be a creator, like, just, you have to be consistent. Like, that's the most thing. You be consistent and you respond to people that watch your stuff. And then you just take whatever, the negative and the bad, you just, like, you learn from it and you do better. But anyways, like, from YouTube, I was doing good, and then literally why I talked about consistency is because I was doing YouTube and I just stopped. And I let it get to my head, like the views and all that, and then it just stopped. It wasn't working as how it was. Then I started doing TikTok, and then I started going fully on that, and it started doing good, and then blessings been coming, like opening, and I've been getting all this stuff coming to me. So it's just like, you just gotta work hard and not give up, and just be consistent, really.
For sure. It's all about consistency. How would you say the process of swapping between YouTube to TikTok? How you think? How would you describe that process?
It's like, when I switched, it was kind of like hard at first because I was always doing YouTube. So I was trying to do what I did on YouTube on TikTok, but it doesn't work like that. It's like you just gotta find your new niche. Like once you find a niche, and like a niche is like something like you're known for. So it's like once you do something that people like and attract, you have to like run with it for a little bit and like build your little base.
Because it's like when you think about social media in general, you might think the switch from YouTube to TikTok would just be like walk on the beach.
Yeah.
You know, it's two different platforms,
Yeah.
two different audiences. It might be the same fan, but it's like you got to
It's
motion
different.
differently.
Yeah, it's definitely a whole different crowd. It's like with TikTok, it could go on the For You, it goes everywhere, but like it's a lot. It's a lot.
What would you say, like, how would you say, like, for people starting who don't know how to start a fan base, how would you say, like, how would you get that, like, buzzing? How would you get, like, people in tune? Like, what did you do?
So like what I did was like a lot of people, they don't know how to like put their pride aside and not hit people up. So like what I did was on my Snap, every friend I had, I'll go hit them up, come watch my video, hit them up. I didn't care who it was, even if they could open it or be like, no, I'm not. I didn't really care. I just,
As long as you got your,
as long as I got at least some people to click it, it still worked.
so expanding your brand and getting your name out there, basically.
Yep. And then always try to work with other content creators, and like you just gotta expand and grow. Like you can't let nothing stop you, really.
What made you say I wanna, because you know people don't want to expose themselves like on social media. What made you say like I'm gonna just go full on out? I wanna start recording videos and getting myself out there.
Like doing that is like I was never a photo person, but like me dancing, kind of like I used to dance in front of like the what is that called? Oh, the pep rallies.
Yeah.
We'll dance in front of the pep rally, like inside the gym in front of the whole school, like when I was in high school. So like just doing that kind of gave me like no fear to like talk to people. Like even though I wasn't talking to them, but like it was just like once I did one thing in front of a lot of people, I lost the fear.
It made you comfortable.
And then watching, like, this is what I really do. A lot of people won't do this, but I asked a lot of questions. Before I started YouTube, my boy was Curly Head John. He was blowing up, and all I did was ask him questions. He told me just be consistent. Like, he told me simple stuff you would just look up and you could find, and it really worked. So it's like if you could really ask people and learn from them and just shut up and like just listen to them and learn shit, things will come. Like it's just all about like asking questions and trying to learn from the other person. And I kind of seen it as when I seen him doing it, I was like, I could do that too. Like that's how I thought. So it's like it's more like trying to prove yourself that you can do anything you can, like if you put your mind to it. You know?
So add on to that, that's how basically we wanted to start too. We watching podcasts, we could do that too. We have regular conversations every day. So I feel that. Yeah.
That's the best.
And so the dancing thing, was the dancing just like something you like naturally did after just coming up in general, or was it something you just picked up?
Oh, like I was dancing a lot, like when I was little, like I like that. But then once I got over there, me and my friend was like, oh, so like we did it as a joke. Like this is how we started. We got known in Tampa. We were just like doing trillers. You know what trillers are? Yeah, and then we were, the trillers. Yeah, we were doing like some throwback. Like we were doing some, and people were making fun of us because they were like, oh, these men can't dance. So like we were kind of getting like embarrassed. So we took that as like, oh, let's prove them wrong. So we really started dancing.
Just turned into gold, like you
so,
got their attention for something, and then you're like, now we got your attention, we finna really show you.
Yep, exactly. So we was like, all right, we can either just let people talk about us or like prove them wrong. We started going crazy at it. One day, Triller, like a Triller page posted us, then we just started gaining followers. Everyone was cool with us. So it was like, in the end of the day, when you start, you're gonna get hate. Like on TikTok, I get hate. I got a lot of followers. I get hate. Most of the time, hate is just, the more comments you get is engaging your like video. Like you're just gonna get more views and stuff.
That's what they don't understand.
So it's like the haters, they don't know, but they're actually helping you win. So at the end of the day, it's like, you know.
But it's all about being strong too, because like he's talking about it like breezing over it, but it's a hard thing to do. Like if you're doing your passion first of all, and then the people who are reacting to it or taking in your substance is throwing it back in your face and disrespecting it, it'd be hard to keep it going. But that in itself was a feat that him and his friend took on head first and kept it going. So you can't just talk over that like it was just like, oh, no, we just gonna keep that's hard.
Yeah, it definitely was hard. We started like doing challenges, and we'll get on rappers' pages, and then we started getting paid to go dance in people's parties. They'll pay us to host parties. We'll go promote anything. They'll pay us. So it started like getting to a level that was an everyday thing. We'll party all the time just to dance, and we'll get paid.
And you monetize on that.
Yeah, and then I'm not even gonna lie. One time my sisters came. This was the first time, and I was just dancing, and then this girl came to me in the mall. She was literally crying and took a picture of me, and I literally just started dancing. And I'm gonna be real, it doesn't even happen like that when I was dancing, and it was crazy. It happened in front of my sister. So it's like everything works its way. It's like it makes your family happy somehow. Like if you want to be a content creator, you just have to go. Like you have to
just go all the way.
How did you feel after that? My bad for cutting you off. How did you feel like being in the mall and seeing somebody react to your brother like that?
Not that deep. It's my brother. Like, come on. But it was kind of like, cause my brother's not a very talking person. So it wasn't like he'd be in our faces like, oh, people follow me around all the time. I'm famous or nothing like that. Or like, he hits millions of views on TikTok. He freaking got over how many K subscribers on YouTube. He gets over I don't know how many K views on YouTube. And like now is really the real deal. Now he really be having people come up to him compared to before. So I was like, this lame boy got this little girl crying at the mall to take a picture with him. But I was gonna ask, do you think you lost a big following? Not a following, but like a big group of people that could have been watching your things when you stopped dancing?
When I stopped, no, because like dancing was a whole nother crowd.
Yeah,
like when I started doing
that crowd?
No, I didn't care because I stopped loving dancing. Like dancing, I stopped because I just didn't really care about it no more. Like
you grow up and you get into other stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. I seen YouTube. I took that route, and YouTube, I just got. That's the thing. Ego and your pride. That's your like worst enemy. Like that's where I messed up on YouTube. I literally stopped YouTube because I just started thinking, oh, I can go. I was going to clubs free, everything, going to parties free, and that got to my head. Like I stopped grinding, and that's what I had to notice. There's no breaks. Like I thought I could take breaks, and that's where I messed up everything. You can't really take no breaks until like you're comfortable. You can't really take no breaks at all.
I salute you for keep going because you know how toxic social media can be and stuff, and you just keep going. Yeah, I salute that for real. Cause not a lot of people like to like to do that.
Social media is a lot of things. You can get ugly from social media. You can get good. You can get bad. You can get all types of things. It's about I guess it's like just like the world. What you're putting out is what you're gonna get. What you're searching for is what you're gonna get. So.
And you being yourself in the camera in front of a lot of people, that's a lot. Cause like a lot of people like to fake. You being yourself. You said you dancing. You doing all these stuff you like to do. I salute that on both.
I appreciate
that. It's a lot
that
more than just picking up a camera and recording yourself. But, because a lot of the older heads of people in general might just see that and like, you're just on or you're just on Instagram, or you're just on TikTok, or you're just on here, just doing. There's a lot that goes behind this. It's a lot more than just a politics.
That's a lot of money on social media. You could just
like this generation is different. There's a lot of people making more than their parents, and it's because of social media.
Exactly. So. That's why I ain't knocking none of that. You want to be on TikTok and you getting views with your thing.
Yeah.
To piggyback up off of the whole pressure of social media, do you think you've ever felt a pressure in wanting to change who you are, or like any type of pressure in general, any type of negative pressure, any type of good pressure?
Like you're
like,
saying, like negative comments and stuff.
No, like just seeing the way people are on social media, on TikTok, on the way there be people above you or people that are like, do you ever feel like, oh, I need to be like them, or I need to get like that, so you like, you know?
Okay, yeah, I like that because two of my friends, one got 16 mil followers on TikTok and the other one has 1.1 mil followers. So, in the end of the day, there's no like, if I'm a hate on other creators, I can't do that when my boys are already on the top. So, in the end of the day, it's like we all want to be like big. They say to me, I should be over them. They say the same thing. We all know it's in the end of the day, one of us makes it, we all gonna be good. So like we just trying to, it's like less than a competition. It's more of a competition when I don't know the person, but like people around me that I know, I have people that do the same thing I do.
It's more like motivation.
So exactly.
Thank you.
If I could see that someone's doing it, I just think I could do it too. Like once I have that mindset, it works.
Like
And
why
then
not? Why can't I do it?
lessons just come because your mind is fully on that.
For any of y'all could chime into this. Do y'all think social media is more of a negative or positive thing in our like, would you say, generation, culture, anything like?
I
Is it
say
more positive than negative?
now it's more than just a generational thing. Because you got the older heads, you got some older heads doing anything, the younger heads doing anything, you got the middle. You know, it's more than just a generation thing. I think it's a culture thing. You know, honestly, everybody got a phone.
It's a cultural change.
Everybody got internet, so I say it's more of a. I can't say it's more of a positive than a negative or the other way around because there's always gonna be somebody who's doing right on social media and wrong on social media.
Okay, wait. Are we talking social media or the internet, like in general?
Social.
Like
I would say
technology in
social
general?
media, like Facebook,
Okay,
Twitter,
social media.
Snap,
Okay,
Instagram,
okay.
or like,
I
because
could
those are the
say-
most influential apps, right? Fair?
Because the
I mean,
internet itself, I
yeah,
would say,
I
is
think
more
that-
positive than it is negative. Because you can get, as much as bad stuff from
That's
the
what I was-
internet.
They go hand in hand with
But then
everything.
that's the
you feel
same
me?
thing for social media.
Yeah,
It contradicts
internet
itself.
on the right person's hand, it'll be a positive. Internet on the
Yeah.
wrong person's hand,
That's
it'll
what I'm
be
saying.
bad.
There's always somebody posting good shit. Good stuff on the internet.
Do the negative always outweigh the positive? If there's too much of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an argumentative paper. You always put the opposing views in the paper at some point to
Yeah.
be like, but you still always, do your little rebuttal and your little comeback of that one opposing view, but it still is, there's always those cons. But when it is more cons than it is pros, that's when it is
It's
a
gonna
problem.
always outweigh, yeah.
But do you think that like there has been over all these years of social media and the internet and technology and everything advancing that it has become more cons than pros, or like it's still like equally, or you feel like one is more than the other?
I feel like with like distributing it, I feel like it's equal, but it's also more than just distributing like content, because it's also people who control what you can see. You know what I'm saying? You might, as a person, like and react to more negative stuff, so your feed is gonna be more negative stuff. If you're reacting to Shade Room and X talking about this dude,
How you use it, basically.
your
That's what
timeline's
your
gonna be
intentions,
negative.
Exactly.
But if you're watching how-tos and do-it-yourselves, and you're gonna see you're gonna see more inspirational
Animal
things.
videos. You're gonna see animal videos. You're gonna see animal videos.
Exactly. But it's also like, just like with like the news and stuff, they control what you're seeing. So it could be X, Y, and Z happening over there, but the news isn't gonna tell you that. They only gonna tell you what's happening right here because they don't want to show.
I feel like social media is a big advantage. Like half the news we know, we see on social media first.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
That's also
like
too.
anything happened in like let's say the music industry or something, we gonna hear from social media first. We gonna see it on academics or
That's
know.
part of the not generation. That's part of the culture switch, though.
And I
'Cause
feel like
back in the day, you would sit down and
advantage.
watch the news,
Facts,
and
facts.
nowadays you're gonna sit down and look at your phone and hear the news. So
But I feel like the TV is a lot more censored than Facebook
sure.
would be, or like, because there's a lot of ways to go about things. There's a lot of ways that people be smart about the way they send their messages and want to talk about things and stuff like that, and find those what is that, like the black web, or like whatever, like the
dark web.
the dark web. Yeah, it's the black web. The dark web, like who knows, So it's like, as much as the TV and the news is censored, a lot of the internet isn't, and
Yeah.
social media isn't. Well, social media it is to an extent because like Facebook, they do the little fact check thingies. They like if you post things. I seen this post. It was like that you can get banned on like Facebook or something like that if you post anything. I'm gonna try to find it. If you post anything about like these specific groups or specific topics or things, because you can't like they don't want you to. It goes against their standards, their guidelines. Of
It's
what you
also
can talk
about where you live too, because you look at what they just do. What countries they ban NBA YoungBoy's music? It's like
that's crazy.
You can be in the U.S. bumping NBA YoungBoy, and you got your counterparts in where you say North Korea. They out there, they can't even listen to his music. So it's like it's so many different filters and stuff throughout the whole like the internet in a whole. So it's kind of hard to judge that too. But we're also like just a regular everyday consumer. It's like when we got somebody who's like a professional at this shit. Does that persuade your knowledge your opinion any more when it's like you are on this more than the average consumer, everyday consumer would be? Is your thoughts and your feelings about social media a little bit more different than what ours would be?
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like the more you're on it, is like I met a lot of creators and a lot of people haven't met like a lot of like big creators. So like when I met them, and y'all see where I'm from Boston, so it's like. And a lot of people from Boston knows, like, they went to school with me. I've always been, like, just chill, like, so, like, me meeting all these people, I'm like, damn, they're just like me. They're just normal. Like, you realize a lot of people, like, a lot of big people are just normal. So, like, when I see the negative stuff, like, the good stuff, so you're talking about even, like, just internet, everything. So, like, I don't know, I really just don't, like, I try to stay away from, like, the negative stuff. And like you said, you see how you watch more positive stuff comes through. That's how I just try to keep it. That's all I really do.
I'll go and say it's kind of more positive, just off the strength that there's too many advantages, so many things going on just off social media and the internet.
You mean like social media in like itself is a positive? You can like it's.
I'll say social media and the internet in general, and it just be off the littlest things like GPS.
Yeah.
Searching up, where's the nearest thing. Back then, no social media, internet, you have to walk for everything. You had to, like, mad stuff. I just feel like you have apps like Lyft. You can get a Lyft if you need to go from somewhere to somewhere. Back then,
and even social media is now. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
They have like, if you want to look for somebody on Snapchat, you can see their location. Even though that could be bad sometimes, but it could be sometimes good when somebody's location is off on iMessage, you look on Snapchat, luckily it was on and you can find somebody, so even things like that, you can send money through apps now, through Facebook Messenger, through freaking Snapchat.
And just with your phone, you can do so much just by moving your fingers. You can get so much done, make a lot of money just off your phone. You don't have to do that much.
It could just change your life. You could have your life going one way, and then like I said, I was doing dancing and it stopped. I thought I was never going to do anything else after dancing. Then YouTube came up. After that stopped, I really thought I was done. Like, the only reason I kept going with TikTok is because I noticed you fail one time, it's about, like, that's your whole test. You fail one time, it's either you keep going or not. And that's where I failed twice at. But this time, I'm just going to keep going because, you can't. And then another thing I was going to say is, like, I think it's positive too because a lot of people could seek, like, good help off of it. Like a lot of people could just watch a video or even like go on the internet and look up some quotes and it just changes their whole mood because a lot of people go through a lot of stuff and sometimes they don't have no one to talk to. So the internet, they can find people to talk to and like just have a buddy or someone to talk to so they don't feel like lonely and stuff.
Even like video games, you might get on the game and find a long-term friend,
That's
they
right.
good friendships out there.
And like, how good do it feel to just see like a random comment from somebody from another state, like just supporting your stuff. Like I felt good. Like I don't even know you and God do this, but they supporting you. It'd be stuff like that. Like you get good encouragement off. You could get good encouragement on social media. Like somebody from the UK is messing with you. You all the way in the United States and they're a solid fan. They just do stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's also, I feel like social media is just like everything else. You need to take it with moderation. If you spend too much time on social media, you might dive into the wrong things. Like, you feel me? Like, you might get on there and find a conspiracy theory and be like, wow, okay. Now your whole mind is going crazy. You dive into that. You hear about this. Now you're gonna hear about that. You hear about that.
That's it. That's what I like. That's what I like what this generation do. Like, we have a voice and like if something's going like what's that? I don't want to say the country name. Palestine.
Yeah.
Like if there was no social media, you probably wouldn't even know about that. the whole Free Palestine movement, like stuff like that. Like we're good at just pushing like messages, stuff like. If we didn't have social media, we probably wouldn't even be knowing or going as hard.
That's right.
I have a kind of off-topic question a little bit. Do you think technology and social media and stuff can become too advanced?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's already reaching that point.
Yeah.
People like Elon Musk and stuff.
Yeah, they're talking about robots and drones and
Hotels in the space.
Yeah.
That'll be iRobot.
Yeah. It's already.
Is it dangerous though, or is it for the better?
I feel like humans are dangerous, so it's like we manipulate stuff too much because that's just what the human nature is grown to be.
That's just what
so I feel like just like everything else, that's what it's gonna eventually become.
Literally like an iRobot.
Yeah, like exactly.
They had the robots at first; they were good, and then they continued to manipulate them, and they became bad.
Like you look at a car. A car was made to get you from point A to B, not to kill anybody. You know. Now you look at modern day society. How many motor vehicle accidents you got? We just lost Terrence
We
Clark
literally
to
take anything and put it and
We
make
just
a negative out of it.
Exactly.
We fuck shit up
Like,
ourselves.
motor vehicles. R.P. Terrence Clark, we just lost him to a motor vehicle. Boston legend. You feel me? You look at people didn't die from not die, but people didn't got hurt from their phones blowing up. Like, how your phone blew up and hurt you? Like, you feel me? I don't think that was like a human mistake a human thing that we took too far. But it's just little things like that. So I feel like it'll definitely end up being a negative eventually.
Okay, but when you think of things like that space hotel is kind of like weird and it's a little too advanced. So when you think about it, it's like that also like can't that be helpful at the same time?
I mean, yeah, because the world's forever gonna keep advancing, even after like. I guess it was gonna come regardless, because like as years go by, we see with our eyes technology getting better. The world's just gonna keep going without it. So it's like.
But what business do we have in space? Why do we need a hotel on the moon or in space? Or what does that have to do? That's just the human curiosity.
That's just having money and just wanting to like do stuff.
Exactly.
So, but you guys would rather not know than.
I mean,
know
I'm
what
not
you're
gonna
being
say
surrounded
that.
by?
I'm not gonna say that, but the hotel aspect it's not research. I think that's more so okay. It's a money thing because
Experience.
isn't it like 200,000 a ticket or something like that?
Yeah.
That's not knowledge based. That's okay. You people who's wealthy enough to handle something like that, be a human and let your mind make you want to go do something like that and pay that 250 bands to do so. So that's more so a money grab, not like let me research something to figure out what's up there type thing.
It's like publicity or what would you say? Just something good to hear, you know? Like we did this.
We went to outer space.
Right.
So basically, like you think like half the stuff don't really benefit. It's just be happening just to happen. Alright, good.
At this point,
I feel like it starts with research, and then they're like, okay, we see what limits we can push and what limits we can test, and what buttons we can push, what lines we can cross, and then.
it's just anything else though. You look at basketball. The first dunk ever was probably garbage. He probably just jumped up and put it in. Now you got windmills, you got reverse.
It just evolved to all other stuff.
Yeah. You see new
Everything evolves.
Everything evolves. We evolve, the world evolves. Everything evolves, you know? Like even us with our brands, we wanna evolve our brands from the next level, from the podcast to Lou. You know, everybody wants to evolve. It's just a human thing to do. You don't wanna just stay stagnant.
Just how like things only get better. That's what we're trying to do. We only trying to get better. We trying to see huge progress from our first video to many more videos. Like we did our thing. We definitely
We started from here and now we're here. Like it'll be all good, man.
And then we can also see like the way the people we have come on this show elevate and grow as well.
Exactly.
Because not only are we getting a different following because you're on our video, you're getting a different following because you're on our video. You know, so it all evolves. It all goes around in a circle. We all get a little bit of the love, and I feel like that's one of our big things from our podcast that we want to spread and make sure that evolves as much as technology and bad things evolve. Love, helping each other, supporting each other, helping and uplifting each other. Because this costs no money. This is easy. This is just sitting down and talking about how somebody else came up and how the next content creator can try to come up and learn. Because we're learning from him the same way y'all are, and the same way he's learning from us, and y'all vice versa. Remember, it's all a circle. All comes back around.
You're never too big to learn. You're never too old to learn.
Or to grow.
That's facts.
From us, what can they expect from us, bro? Just consistency.
Consistency. We ain't gonna stop. We just going up from here. We gonna get better. We gonna
Still
take.
getting the hang of it all.
Yeah,
For sure. What about you, Lou? What you got planned for the future?
The same, just keep elevating and just keep growing and just keep trying to expand and just trying to be bigger than like what I am. Like I'm trying to like not only be big because of this, I'm trying to after that be able to help people, be able to give back. And because I know a lot of people do go through their stuff, and there's a lot of creators that just get big and they just, yeah, they support their family like they're supposed to, but like there's communities that really need it, and there's a lot of people that need stuff. So it's always good to give back when you got it, like, because God bless you to put you in that spot. So might as well.
Especially where we're from, because where we're from, it's like it stops at New York. You don't even think about you don't think about New England. It's bigger than the Boston thing. It's the New England thing. You got Maine, you got Connecticut, you got New Hampshire, you got all that. There's a lot of talent out here too, and I feel like we get overlooked. It's like we're just throwing out the East Coast in general, So, for sure. But it's been Youngins on Game, KJ.
Yeah.
617 Lewis.
Jen.
And we out of here, man.
Yeah, my jeans sagging cause of my pockets. Remember the mornings I share my wallet. Saying the V, I know they plotting.